Here's a starting lineup for St. Mary's. Batting first is the center fielder Jacob Brummel. The catcher TJ English hits second. The pitcher hits third. That's Ben Paternos. The cleanup hitter's the third baseman Hayden Smith. Shortstop Benjamin Brummel hits sixth. Make it fifth. Jacob Bucher hits sixth. He's the DH. Daniel Torchinsky, the first baseman, bats seventh. Batting eighth is the left fielder Ryan Detert. And Gavin Stervantit will be hitting ninth and playing second. The Bee Diggers defensively have B.J. Hirschfeld at first. Jaron Peterson at second. The third baseman is Mikey Gutierrez. In between them at short is Baby Matos Garcia. Around the outfield, Grayson Simmons is in left. The center fielder is Nico Guzman. Zane Fow in right. Alec Peterson behind the plate. And on the mound is Kyle Rosenbrock. As we mentioned, the numbers don't look pretty. With a 1-2 record and a 6.33 ERA, but a lot of that ERA was very high early in the season. Pitched a gem against Sterling in a 3-1 loss where he struck out 11. Pitched very well against Eaton, the number one team in the state. He lost that game 6-4. Made only about 3 bad pitches. They were hit for home runs. Other than that, he has picked up his game of late. And the senior right-hander is being called upon to extend the Bee Diggers season. The winner would play on Friday in the 8-team double elimination 3A state tournament. From Butch Butler Field in Greeley and from Niwot High School, the Bee Diggers would play at Butch Butler Field since they're in the top half of the bracket as a 4 seed. 1-8 and 4-5 will be playing at Butch Butler. 2-7 and 3-6 out of those brackets will be playing at Niwot High School on Friday. Bee Diggers, of course, dressed in their traditional maroon uniforms with the gold B and the gray pants, and St. Mary's in their white uniforms with the bright green lettering and numerals. Opening pitch is brought to you by Buildings by Design. The experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. This field looks like it has not even seen a game today. In great shape. And in fact, after all the water we saw over the weekend, the field just gets in better and better shape. It's not one of those where it's been very dry and then it gets used up and it looks even worse. This one looks even better. And here is Jacob Brummel stepping in for St. Mary's. Brummel was the second leading hitter on the team, hitting .419 during the regular season. And Rosenbrock once again pitching in a district title game as he did against Strasburg in his freshman year. That was a 5-0 shutout. Then he beat Manitou Springs 6-5. So 2-0 in district title games. Fastball is high. Did lose to St. Mary's last year in Eaton by a 4-1 count. But he pitched well there. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and lifted into right field. Coming on is Zane Fow. He's under it. Makes the catch. And there's one down. As retired was that key number one hitter. And Jacob Brummel. The pitch to TJ English. The fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Another right-handed hitter for St. Mary's. Wind and pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. On the outer half at the knees, Gregory Maris was the winning pitcher in the 7-3 victory over St. Mary's in the district semis 3 years ago. The offering, swing and a miss through the fastball right by English. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's the wind and offering. Away with that one. Count levels at 2-2. Peterson setting up on the outside corner. And the pitch in the dirt with a fastball. Ball 3, strike 2. Stop, shop, and save on all your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. That's the Brush Grocery Cart, West Edison Street in Brush. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball just above belt level. 2 down. Strikeout number 1 for Kyle Rosenbrock. And here's Paternos stepping in. Line and pitch. Up and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Paternos, the opposing pitcher. Rosenbrock delivers. Swinging a foul off Peterson. The count levels at 1-1. Rosenbrock is a quick worker. A little bit slower with men on base, as are most pitchers. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 down. And the base is empty here. And now we might be looking at a lineup situation. And the lineup is correct. Yeah. Our public address announcer, esteemed, said T.J. English. But it is Ben Paternos, and that's correct. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rosenbrock kicks and fires, and the breaking ball's down the middle for a strike. It's 1-2. Hirschfeld, Peterson, and Gutierrez first, second, and third. Fastball is low. Baby at short. As we mentioned, Simmons, Guzman, and Fowl around left, center, and right with Peterson behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rosenbrock ready against the right-handed hitting Paternos. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a breaking ball in the dirt. No, it was caught on the fly by Alec Peterson. 2 strikeouts, a 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Rosenbrock. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. St. Mary's does not score, and the Beat Diggers are coming to bat on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM, and KSIR.com. Beat Diggers starting lineups brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about their story of commitment at Cargill.com. Here's how the Beat Diggers set up offensively like they did in the first game. Batting first is the first baseman, B.J. Hirschfeld. Baby Maltos Garcia, the shortstop, hits second. The third hitter is Alec Peterson, who's the catcher. Batting fourth is the pitcher, Kyle Rosenbrock. Nico Guzman plays center and hits fifth. Zane Fowl in right hits sixth. The DH is Brandon Waltree, bats seventh. Batting eighth is the third baseman, Mikey Gutierrez. And Grayson Simmons in left will be hitting ninth. St. Mary's is Daniel Torchinsky at first. Gavin Sturtevant at second. Hayden Smith at third. Ben Brummel is the shortstop. Around the outfield, Ryan Dietrich in left. Jacob Brummel in center. Ryan Combs is the right fielder. Behind the plate is T.J. English and Ben Paternos. 2-1 record during the regular season, and an ERA of only 1 is on the mound for St. Mary's. And none of the teams have qualified for the Tri-Peaks. Lamar knocked out despite hosting. Same story with Manitou Springs. B.J. Hirschfeld walked in the opening game and later scored on the big 2-run triple by Alec Peterson. As Peterson, along with many other Beat Diggers, had monumental games in Game 1 and that 14-4 win over Denver Science and Tech. The stretch with the bases empty, the pitch. And the ball is in the dirt with the off-speed pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. To the right-handed hitting junior first baseman, B.J. Hirschfeld. Paternos stretches. 1-0. And that is low again. 2 balls and no strikes. Went with the same pitch, got the same result. 2-0 to Hirschfeld. The Beat Diggers have not lost a playoff game in their home field in 4 years. The pitch. And that changeup is low again. Taking a lot off that pitch, but the Beat Diggers aren't biting. At least Hirschfeld isn't in this first plate appearance. The stretch awaiting the 3-0. Here it is. And that's in the dirt. Hirschfeld, for the second straight game, walks to begin the bottom of the first. And here is Maltos Garcia, who had a couple of extra base hits, including a 2-run homer off the starter for Denver Science, who did not retire a hitter. Hirschfeld with a 2-step lead. Maltos from the right side with a slightly open stance. The stretch. Long pause in the pitch. And the breaking ball is a strike. Down the middle, belt high. It's 0-1. You lose this game, and it's the end of your season. 13-7, the St. Mary's record. The Bead Diggers at 14-6. Step off, no throw. Baby digs back in. No balls and one strike. And this place is full of Bead Digger fans. And, of course, St. Mary's brought their contingent. The pitch. And the breaking ball is down and away. Levels the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. With a state championship football team this year. A boys basketball team that went to the state quarterfinals. And now this would be equivalent to the state quarters. You reach the final 8. But you got to win this game. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the offering. Swung on and lifted into left center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. And Hirschfeld is around second, headed for third. And the ball is bobbled out there in center field. Hirschfeld is going to round third, and he's going to score. Well, we're going to call that. Man, that's got to be a single. And we'll call that a single and an error on Brummel. That should have just been a single. Well, I'll be generous, a double, but no RBI. And it's 1-0 Bead Diggers. Here is Alec Peterson. And Baby found that gap beautifully. Out of the stretch. The pitch in the dirt, and it gets away, and here's Baby to third on the wild pitch. That was aggressive base running. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Very aggressive base running by Maltos Garcia. The stretch by Paternos, the offering. And the curveball is right there for a strike. Count is leveled at 1-1. Petey has been awesome throughout the course of the season. The offering, up and in with a fastball. Yeah, that nearly gave him a shave. Two balls and 1 strike. The Bead Diggers have broken out on top, just 2 hitters in. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on. That ball is lifted extremely high towards the shortstop, backing up on the edge of the grass, and making the catch for the opening out is Ben Brummel. And there's 1 down. And that is a rare time when Peterson does not capitalize with a runner in scoring position. But he got a pitch up in the zone and was under it. There's Rosenbrock. He had an RBI single in the opening game. Kyle's been swinging a hot bat. And the pitch. And the ball went behind him. Throw back to third. And right on the bag is Baby. Don't want to be too aggressive with this hitter up there. 1 ball and no strikes to Kyle Rosenbrock. He's looking to get to the state tournament as a starter for the 3rd time in 4 years. 1-0 pitch. And he takes it high with a changeup. 2-0 with Nico on deck. Talk about swinging hot bats. Nico leads the team in hitting and got a couple of base hits against Denver Science and Tech. And the offering. And the curveball is driven into deep left field. Way back. Goodbye, baseball. It's a 2-run homer for Kyle Rosenbrock. He drills it over the left field fence, and the Bead Diggers in the bottom of the 1st inning lead this 3A District 3 championship game 3-0. Talk about sitting on an off-speed pitch. That's exactly what Rosenbrock did there. He waited until it got the thick part of the strike zone and demolished the baseball. And here's Nico Guzman. Again, what did head coach Kevin Fergus tell me before the game? Because I like our offense. And they're proving it again why. And the pitch. Nico takes a fastball for a strike. No balls and one strike to the senior center fielder, who was the winning pitcher in game one. The pitch swung on. That is popped up into shallow right field, and that might be trouble. That ball's going to drop for a base hit. Right between the second baseman and right fielder. Stratevens went out with Combs and could not make the play on that Texas leaguer. And here's Zane Fowl, who had a sac fly in the opening game. Well, sometimes you got to place it perfectly. And Sturtevant is the correct pronunciation. I've had issues with that since he took the field. Here's the stretch by Paternos, the right-hander. Runner goes, swung on and foul to the screen. No balls and one strike. B-Digger home run brought to you by MMI International. Your operation deserves the best. When buying a mixer or feeder truck, compare the MMI craftsmanship and service. They outperform their competitors hands down. Call them at 842-5161. That is MMI International. No balls and one strike on foul. And the pitch. And the changeup is low. The count levels at 1-1. Nico, a very aggressive base runner, as are the rest of these B-Diggers as well. The pitch. And the curveball is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. The B-Diggers have broken out already with the extra base hits. Baby with a double as Hirschfeld scored on an error after it was misfielded by Brummel in center. Runner goes, and that's taken for a strike. The throw to second, the slide, and he's going to be safe. Boy, the throw was perfect by English, and the tag was applied by Ben Brummel, but it was a bang-bang play, and Nico has a stolen base. And again, he got a great jump. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the 6th place hitter, Zane Fowl. And the step ball by Paternos. And this place is jam-packed. You can't sit up the third base side. You can barely find a spot beyond the left and center field fences. And the 2-2. And that is upstairs with a changeup. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the B-Diggers are going for their 15th victory of the season. English lays down the sign. Payoff pitch. Swung on. That ball is driven into left field for a base hit beyond the leaping third baseman. Around third is Guzman. He will score. Zane Fowl delivers. As Hayden Smith took a major leap, could not get to the baseball. And the B-Diggers now lead 4-0 over St. Mary's at the bottom of the first inning. There's Brandon Walter. He had a 2-run single in that 14-4 win. So the lefty steps in, the stretch, and the pitch. The runner goes. It's high, and the throw to second wide, and then the tag, and he got him. Oh, it looked like Fowl was in there, but he's called out, and that is out number 2. The caught stealing goes 2-6. Yeah, the throw was wide of the target, but called out. The tag looked like it was applied a little bit late, and the curveball is upstairs. Count is sitting at 2 balls and no strikes. With the B-Diggers up 4-0 in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch, fastball, a strike on the inside corner. Moves the count to 2-1. And here comes the wind, big time. The pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup away. And the count is level at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Walter. The pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. That does it for the B-Diggers. here in the bottom of the first inning. However, a very productive inning for Brush as they score 4 times. The Beat Diggers do it on 4 hits. There was an error. Kyle Rosenbrock with a 2-run homer in that frame. Let's head to the second in this Class 3A District 3 championship game. It's Brush 4, St. Mary's nothing on 1010 KSIR 93.1 FM and KSIR.com. Let's head to the second inning in Brush. And the Beat Diggers lead 4-0 over St. Mary's for a chance to advance to the Class 3A double elimination state tournament. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Hayden Smith, who homered against the Academy and also is hitting .451 going into today's action, leading this team. He was a big part of last year's team as well. These two faced each other. Rosenbrock had 11 strikeouts last year against St. Mary's in that loss. Wind and pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Wind and offering. Right down the middle for a strike. Levels the count at 1-1. Again went with a heat. 1 ball, 1 strike on Smith. And the pitch. Breaking ball is in the dirt. 2-1. And the offering. Fastball is high. Ball 3, strike 1. To the cleanup hitter from the right side, the third baseman, Hayden Smith. Rosenbrock gets the sign and the pitch. Inside with a changeup, and he walks him. So Smith reaches. Here's Ben Brummel. Rosenbrock struck out 2 in the opening frame. The Beat Diggers at double play depth, up 4-0 in the second, the stretch. And he pitched to Brummel. Fastball is low. 1 ball and no strikes. And now Brummel calls time as he gets situated in the box. Off of first to Smith. 1-0 pitch. Fastball is on the outside corner. Just above the knees. The count is leveled at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peterson lays down the sign. And Rosenbrock delivers. Fastball is up and in. Kyle, despite getting the side in order in the first, has thrown 21 pitches, only 9 strikes. 2-1. And there's a fastball low. Barely missed. Looked like it got the knees. It's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to Ben Brummel. A stretch. And the offering. Swing and a miss to the fastball right by him. It's 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With Jacob Bucher on deck. Let's see the runner go. Smith's got a big lead. Doesn't go. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Brummel strikes out at the knees, and there's 1 down. And here is Jacob Bucher. Bucher, another right-handed hitter. Rosenbrock now with 3 strikeouts. And the offering. Fastball is right there on the outer half at the knees. It's strike 1. Peterson again lays down the sign, the stretch. And the 0-1. Swung on and foul to the backstop. Count moves to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Top of the second inning in Brush. The Beat Diggers lead St. Mary's in this district title game 4-0. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball on the dirt, and the runner cannot take off because first base is occupied, or the hitter, I should say. Strikeout number 4, second of the inning. And there's 2 down. Man, he unleashed that pitch big time. Here's the first baseman, the left-handed hitting Daniel Torchinsky. Rosenbrock stretches. And the pitch. Fastball is right there for a strike, belt high in the outer half. No balls and 1 strike. Hayden Smith walked to begin the inning. He's still there with 2 down. 0-1. That's right down the middle. Just above the knees, it's 0-2. And Rosenbrock is throwing like he's about 20 feet away from the hitter. He is throwing BBs right now. No balls and 2 strikes. And the offering. Swing and a miss on a fastball away. And Rosenbrock strikes out the side in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. An inning and a half complete. It is Brush 4, St. Mary's nothing on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers lead St. Mary's 4-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Ryan Kaukel liked this stat. Bee Diggers starting pitchers today have gone 6 innings, faced a total of 19 hitters, and struck out 14 of the 19 hitters. Guzman had 9 strikeouts in 4 innings in the opening game against Denver Science and Tech Stapleton. And Rosenbrock with 5 strikeouts here against St. Mary's. Here's Mikey Gutierrez. Stretched by Paternos in the pitch. And the breaking ball, swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers got 4 hits in the opening frame. And the 0-1 in the dirt with a changeup. Count is even at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the offering. That ball nearly hit him. He backed out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for flooring, paint, tools, appliances, and more. 1402 Mill Street in Brush. Ackley Building Center. 2-1. Up and in. Well, he went from nearly being clipped at the knees to getting hit near the face. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mikey Gutierrez. The stretch by Paternos with a right-hander. Operating with the bases empty. Swung on and grounded to third on a big hop to Smith. He throws to first, and there's 1 down as Mikey is retired. Here's Grayson Simmons. G-Man out of the 9-hole. Been producing all season. The stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a ball diving down and in. No balls and 1 strike. The stretch by Paternos and the offering. Upstairs with the off-speed. The count is level at 1-1. This is 1010 KSIR Brush Fort Morgan and K280EQ 93.1 FM Brush Fort Morgan up and away. And, of course, KSIR.com. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Simmons. 1 down and the bases are empty with a 4-0 lead for Brush over St. Mary's in this district title game in the bottom of the second inning. And the pitch swung on. That is popped up extremely high in the infield. The second baseman, Sturdivant, backs up, and the ball goes over his glove, and it drops in. That'll be an error on the second baseman, Sturdivant. I mean, you got to make that play. Like to score that hit if you could, but there's no way. And that's St. Mary's second error of the game. And the wind took that ball back. Here is Hirschfeld, who walked. Now Paternos has to operate out of the stretch because the man's on first. The stretch. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is right there. On the inner half for a strike, it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, 1 out. And the Bee Diggers up by 4. Paternos stretches. And the offering. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner, thigh high, and it's 0-2. BJ's got a huge gap in right center. If he can exploit it with the center fielder Brummel playing and shading towards left center. And the 0-2 pitch down and away with a breaking ball. Count moves to 1-2. This is the number one pitcher in Ben Paternos. Again, an ERA of only 1 going into this game, but the Beat Diggers tagged him for 4 in the first inning. Simmons with a 4-step lead. That's a sizable lead. The pitch swung on and grounded up the middle. Could be 2. To second for 1, and Sturdivant can't make the throw to first after Brummel made the play. So Sturdivant has really struggled, but they do get the first out, or the lead out, and there's 2 down. Here comes Baby, who doubled, and then Brummel mishandled the baseball. And when he did, Hirschfeld came around and scored. And it's the same situation, but Hirschfeld is at first with 2 down. The stretch and pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Stay hydrated out here. It's getting a little bit steamy. I'm giving myself that advice. 1 ball and no strikes to Baby Maltos Garcia. The stretch and the pitch. Ooh, that ball nearly hit him. 2 balls and no strikes. One with the off speed there. And Petey's on deck. You'd love to get him up there with 2 on. Or maybe with the bases empty if Baby can hit his second 2-run homer of the day. 2-0. Curveball is high. 3 balls and no strikes to Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. Thank you, Greg. 3-0 pitch, and that is a strike. Yeah, Greg and Vernon Maris take care of me nicely. I don't deserve that treatment, but I appreciate that. 3-1. And the pitch inside, and Baby Maltos Garcia walks. And now the Beat Diggers at first and second with 2 down. And here's Petey. Now Petey popped the short in his first at bat, but keep in mind he's 1 game removed from hitting a 2-run triple, having 2 extra base hits. And he loves these situations when the Beat Diggers have at least a man here in scoring position with a chance to extend a 4-0 lead. Hirschfeld at second. Baby at first. Paternos looks in the stretch. And the offering. Swung on, that is popped up again. Petey not very happy with himself. The shortstop, Brummel, coming in and makes the catch. Petey got under it for his second straight at bat. And the inning is over. The Beat Diggers are held off the board here in the bottom of the second inning. They strand 2 as we head to the third in this District 3 title game. It's Brush 4, St. Mary's nothing on 1010 KSRR, 93.1 FM, and KSRR.com. 4-0 Brush. Let's head to the third inning in this district title game from Sunset Baseball Field. Ryan DeTurt, Gavin Sturdivant, and Jacob Brummel against the right-hander Kyle Rosenbrock. Yep. Who has struck out 5 in the game. These are the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the lineup. And again, a Beat Digger victory would get them to Butch Butler Field for the 3rd time in 4 years. They made it to the title game and lost to Eaton 6-4 in 2012. Went 1-2 in 2013 with their lone victory over Lamar. And now we're looking for that trip once again. Took them so long to get there, but they did it in 2009. Got to the state semis. Took them another 3 years to get back. Here's the wind and pitch. Swung on, grounded to the first baseman Hirschfeld. He backs up. He'll race to the bag and win that race. And there's one down as DeTurt is retired. Here's Gavin Sturdivant. Second baseman. Rosenbrock kicks and fires, and the fastball is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Line and pitch. That's right there. Belt high. That's a strike. Count levels at 1-1. Rosenbrock ready. And the offering. Took some mustard off that ball. Threw it in the dirt. 2-1. Now the wind is kicking up big time. It's spraying all over the place. 2-1 pitch. Up and away. Advantage sometimes goes to the hitter when that happens. Rosenbrock, for the third time in this game, has fallen behind 3-1. He walked one hitter and struck out the other. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball at the knees. 3-2. Kyle ready, and the pitch. Swung on and grounded to short. Matos Garcia's got a charge. He's got it, throws in the run low, and it's off the glove of Hirschfeld. We'll call it a base hit. Going to be a tough play, but a good throw does get him. But again, he's on the run. We'll call it an infield single for Sturdivant on the slow roller. That'll send up Jacob Brummel. He popped to right to begin the game. And Baby made a very good play, and it would have been a bang-bang at first. It looked like Hirschfeld nearly scooped it. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on and grounded to third. Nice backhand by Gutierrez. Goes to second for 1. No throw to first. A great play by Mikey G. That's an all-star play at third. As Sturdivant was forced out, that was headed for the left field corner. An outstanding play on the fielder's choice. And you got to play defense like that in the playoffs. Here's TJ English. He struck out his first time. Fastball, a strike. On the outer half at the knees, it's 0-1. And now Mikey's playing closer to the line with 2 down. Now shading to his left. And the pitch. The breaking ball's down the middle. It's 0-2. Rosenbrock had 2 strikeouts in the first inning, 3 in the second, none so far here in the third. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. They blow a fastball right by English. The inning is over for the Pirates. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 2.5 are complete in this district title game for Brush. The Bead Diggers are in the lead over St. Mary's 4-0 on 1010 KSIR. 93.1 FM and KSIR.com. 4-0 Brush as we move to the bottom of the third inning over St. Mary's. In this district championship game, Kyle Rosenbrock will lead off. Leading up for the Beat Diggers in the bottom of the third inning. Yeah, Rosenbrock, my memory serves correct, homered twice against St. Mary's 3 years ago as a freshman in the 7-3 victory. And he's already homered in this game, a 2-run shot in his first plate appearance. Stretch and pitch in the dirt with a breaking ball, 1 ball and no strikes. From the right-hander, Ben Paternos. English sets up on the outside. 1-0. Swung on. That ball is drilled down the left field line. Foul. And Rosenbrock is all over these pitches like he was in his first at bat. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kyle Rosenbrock. The stretch by the right-hander and the offering. And the breaking ball is upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bank your financial needs with a Logan County Home Dome Bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming. And the pitch. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Down the middle, it's 2-2. To the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the third inning, the senior Kyle Rosenbrock. English lays down the sign. And the pitch. And he takes it in the dirt. Good take there by Kyle. 3-2. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies and G Sweets Bakery open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, Saturday, 7 until 4, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the week, 921 Edison Street and Brush. The pitch, fastball away, and Rosenbrock walks. And Paternos has struggled with the base on balls. He's issued at least one every inning. And here comes Nico, who had a pop fly base hit. Let me tell you, if he goes the other way, he'll get another one because Ryan Combs is playing very deep in right field. Rosenbrock with a two-step lead. The stretch and the offering. And that is just outside on the off-speed pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. 4-0 Brush over St. Mary's in the bottom of the third inning. Rosenbrock with a two-step advantage and the offering. Swung on, that is popped up extremely high towards the second baseman Sturdivant. He backs up and makes the catch. And there's one down, and the Bee Diggers have got underneath a lot of those change-ups. Here's Zane Fowl. Now he drilled a base hit, scoring a run in his first plate appearance. As well as Rosenbrock is pitching, you would certainly like to see the Bee Diggers extend the lead. The stretch and the pitch. Breaking ball is a strike on the outer half at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Fowl. The stretch and the offering. Curveball is right there. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Fowl. 4-0 Brush in the bottom of the third. Paternos delivers. Foul to the screen on a ball that was up in the zone. Nico threw just 55 pitches, then he was taken out to save him for Friday. They'd like to do the same with Rosenbrock, but that's going to be a lot tougher against an opponent like this. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. And the offering, and the curveball is upstairs. And if you get out to an 8 or 9 run lead, maybe you can go to the bullpen, but it's too close right now at 4-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. The pitch swung on and down the left field line. A long run into foul territory for Detert, and he dives. And did he make the catch? I think he did. Looked like he made the catch, a diving attempt, and there's 2 down. An acrobatic play well into foul territory for Detert. Wow. It's the play of the game so far by either side. Walter struck out in his first at bat. Rosenbrock walked to lead off the inning. He's still there at first to stretch. And the pitch. And the curveball is right there for a strike down the middle, belt high. It's 0-1. The Bee Diggers scored 4 runs in the first inning. A bunch of goose eggs since then. The runner goes. That pitch is a strike. The throw to second is high. The slide, and Rosenbrock is in there with a stolen base. But it's 0-2 now on Brandon Walter. Paternos looks in. And the pitch up and away with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Mikey Gutierrez. Rosenbrock with a 4-step lead. And the offering swung on and fouled off to the left. Walter stays alive with that 1 ball, 2 strike count. St. Mary's has 1 hit off Rosenbrock so far, and even that one was questionable. The Bee Diggers had their 4 in the opening inning. The pitch, and that is a called strike 3 with a breaking ball right there on the other half. And the Bee Diggers are retired in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left in scoring position. We head to the fourth. It's Brush 4, St. Mary's nothing on 1010 KSL-Yard, 93.1 FM, and KSLYard.com. The Beet Diggers hold a 4-0 lead here in the fourth inning as St. Mary's will come to the plate. The Pirates are looking to generate some offense. They got an infield hit from Gavin Sturdivant, and that's it. But they do have the heart of the order coming up, and Ben Paternos, Hayden Smith, and Ben Brummel. And Paternos has done a much better job after allowing those 4 runs in the opening frame. In fact, the Beet Diggers don't have a hit over the last 2 innings. Rosenbrock has thrown 41 pitches. Man, they'd love to keep him at 70 or 80, but Brush would have to win this game in about 5 innings. That's going to be almost impossible. Here's the wind and pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. As that ball dove down in the zone, it's 0-1. Wind and offering. Right down the middle for a strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes to Paternos. Kyle at one point at 12 balls and 9 strikes. Now 27 strikes and 16 balls. The pitch. Curveball is upstairs. Ball 1, strike 2. Now the sun disappears and the temperature begins to cool off a little bit. The pitch. Swing and a foul on the changeup. Paternos out in front, and Rosenbrock has added that pitch to his repertoire this season. A 3-pitch pitcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looking for strikeout number 7. And the pitch. And there, oh boy, I don't believe that wasn't it. That breaking ball must have been a little bit high. Whew. 2-2. Man, that missed by a smidgen. Paterno's got a break there. 2-2 pitch. And that is taken inside. Another breaking ball. Appeal at first. No swing. 3-2 to Paternos. Man, that pitch definitely missed. Not by much. The other one I thought was going to be a called strike. 3-2. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Strikeout number 7 for Kyle Rosenbrock. There's 1 down. I heard maybe 2 or 3 claps there. It's like the fans almost expected he's been that good. 1 down. Here's Hayden Smith. He walked. The only base runner so far. And the pitch is a strike. On the inner half with a fastball, it's 0-1. You got to watch out for him. Smith has got home run power. He's the one that can hurt you the most in this lineup, but with the bases empty, the Beet Diggers are in a favorable position. Fastball to the screen. And that was pitch number 50 thrown by Rosenbrock. 1 ball and 1 strike. Langdale's sign is Petey. And the pitch swung on and popped up into shallow center field. The shortstop, Matos Garcia, goes out, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Well, he couldn't get to the ball, and Nico didn't take charge. Well, that's the center fielder's ball undoubtedly, but again, who knows what the communication was out there, and Smith is on base for the 2nd time on a high fly ball. Here's Ben Brummel, who struck out in his first at bat. Yeah, that play's got to be made. That ball was hit way too high. That wasn't a Texas leaguer. That was a normal pop-up. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on and lifted foul out of play off to the right as foul gives chase. Brummel, one of 7 strikeout victims. The Beet Diggers are at double play depth. Mikey Gutierrez has already made a splendid play at third, as did Ryan DeTurt in left field for St. Mary's. Rosenbrock stretches. And the 0-1. Curveball, a strike. Down the middle, it's 0-2. He's got command of his pitches today. No balls and 2 strikes. Long pause, and the offering. Swing and a foul to the screen. Went with that heater right down the middle. It remains at 0-2. Got a live fastball working. No balls and 2 strikes. The stretch. Kyle delivers. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Matos Garcia is going to flip the second for 1. The throw to first and a hop is offline by Peterson. That'll be a fielder's choice 6-4. Looked like they could have been a double play grounder. I thought Baby was going to step on the bag, but decided to flip to the second baseman. 2 down as Smith is eliminated at second base. Here's Jacob Bucher. Bucher, his first time up, struck out. The stretch and the offering. And the curveball is a beauty for a strike. Belt high, man. That thing is breaking big time. It's 0-1. All the runs were scored in the first inning by Brush. Man, they throw to first. Just a toss over there. And back in diving is Brummel. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Bee-Diggers. No runs on 2 hits for St. Mary's. They've committed 2 errors. Rosenbrock at the belt. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball down and in. It's 0-2. He's making it look easy right now. This crowd is very relaxed. Long pause and the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Peterson. And that was really in the dirt. More like a 50-footer. Right in the middle of that chest protector worn by Petey. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Jacob Bucher. The pause. The pitch. Swung on and lifted into left center field. Nico Guzman to his right has got room. Makes the catch. And that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Actually, 1 hit for St. Mary's. It's Brush 4, St. Mary's nothing on 1010 KSLR, 93.1 FM, and KSLR.com. 8-9-1 for Brush as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Bee-Diggers lead 4-0 over St. Mary's. In this District 3 title game, accidents and illness can strike at any time, day and night. Every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any type of emergency. That is Colorado Plains Medical Center. Mikey G bounced to third in the second against the right-hander Ben Paternos, who's been very good since the first inning. Not as good as Rosenbrock has been the entire game. Kyle struck out 7. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on and lined into left field. That is a base hit, and the Bee-Diggers have their first hit since the first inning as Mikey G takes a hanger and drills it into left field. Here is Grayson Simmons. Batting from the left side, the G-Man, with Gutierrez at first base. And his first plate appearance reached on an error. Stretch and pitch. And the breaking ball gets away all the way to the screen. And on the wild pitch, Mikey G to second. All right, now the Bee-Diggers looking for their first run since the first inning. 1 ball and no strikes. And we're going to turn over this lineup again, as on deck, of course, is B.J. Hirschfeld. Off of second is Gutierrez. 1-0. The breaking ball down and in. 2-0. And this is against the 9th place hitter. You're messing around with him. He's going to have to come in with a fat fastball. Grayson might be waiting for one at this point. 2 balls and no strikes. Gutierrez off of second. And the pitch squaring to bunt and lays it down the first base side. It'll be fielded by the pitcher. Paternos throws to first for the out. We'll give him a sacrifice there, 1-3. I'm sure that Grayson wanted to paint the line a little bit better than that, but it still moved the runner over. And B.J. Hirschfeld will now hit. At least he hopes to hit, because he's walked and hit into a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 1 in the game. And now with Gutierrez at third, the Bee-Diggers can extend the lead. The stretch And the offering in the dirt. And the infield is playing back, by the way, since we're only in the fourth inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Paternos delivers. James was upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. And watch out, you get Hirschfeld on with Baby. Peterson, who's 0 for 2 in the game, but he's due. And then Rosenbrock. The Bay Diggers could really stretch this out. 2-0 pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner. Just above the knees, it's 2-1. The big hit in this game was a 2-run homer in the first from Rosenbrock over that left field fence. Paternos with a 2-1. Swung on in line into left center field. Beyond the leaping shortstop, Ben Brummel. It's a base hit. Gutierrez scores. Hirschfeld with the RBI. And the Beat Diggers now lead St. Mary's 5-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Baby Matos Garcia's doubled and walked. And he will now bat for Brush. Man, Hirschfeld was at the bottom of the lineup to begin the year. He has been terrific. Terrific out of that one hole.
Your attention, please. Courtesy runner number 33, Justin Griffith.
Justin Griffith will be the courtesy runner for Hirschfeld. So some speed over at first base. Hirschfeld's got decent wheels, but Griffith can really run. So here's Baby, 1 for 1 officially in the game. The pitch, and the breaking ball is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. To Matos Garcia, 2-step lead over there at first for Griffith. English lays down the sign, the stretch by Ben Paternos. The right-hander comes home, swung on and grounded slowly to third. Smith Fields throws to second for 1, and no throw to first, and there's 2 down. As Griffith is eliminated at second base.
Number 8, Alec Peterson.
And here's Petey. He's hit 2 infield pop-ups. He's got to be very upset with himself. He was the second time. First time he figured it was a fluke. But the second time he said, hey, what am I doing? Well, he steps in against the right-hander. Off of first is Baby, the stretch. And the offering. And the curveball is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. To Alec Peterson. Rush with a 5-0 lead in the fourth. The offering. Ooh, that fastball nearly hit him. 2-0. Paternos has thrown 76 pitches, 38 balls, and 38 strikes. And he's down in the count at 2-0. And the pitch swung on. He did it again. He popped it up into foul territory along the third base side. It drifts into fair territory, and Smith makes the catch. And that's it for the Beat Diggers in the bottom of the fourth inning. They strand a runner as they pick up a base hit. We head to the fifth in his District 3 championship game. The Beat Diggers did score a run and lead 5-0 on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM, and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers hold the lead at 5-0 over St. Mary's as we head to the fifth inning in this Class 3A District 3 title game. And we're going to try to get a score of that University Ken Denver game before we go off the air. Be nice to have that one. Considering that would be another Patriot League team that would get in. If indeed University can beat Ken Denver. Petey finally getting out there. Of course, he was the final out of the inning. So Rosenbrock will take his warm-ups. Kyle will face the bottom of the order. 7, 8, and 9 hitters, starting with Daniel Torchinsky. Yeah, this is a game that the Beat Diggers put the clamps on St. Mary's early. with Rosenbrock pitching a flawless first inning, then scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the first, and the pressure has been on the visiting team throughout the entire game. They've got an infield hit, and that's it. Rosenbrock's line has been very impressive with those 7 strikeouts, and he's only got 1 walk. And check that, he's allowed 2 base hits. One was an infield hit, the other was a pop-up that landed in center field. So nothing has been hit impressively hard against him. Here's the left-handed hitting Torchinsky. Rosenbrock ready. Line and pitch. Up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Took something off of that one. Kicks and fires. Swung on and grounded to first. Wide of first. Hirschfeld to his right. Flips to the pitcher. Rosenbrock covering. There's 1 down. As the Bee Diggers execute the easy play. Here's Ryan Dietert. He grounded to Hirschfeld in his first plate appearance. Baseball can move along very swiftly when you have pitching like this. Righty against righty. And the offering in the dirt with a fastball. One ball and no strikes. And the pitch swung on and driven into left center field. Guzman to his right is not going to get to that baseball. It'll drop for a base hit. Dietert around first, and he's going to stay right there. Going to turn into a long single. And that'll bring up Gavin Sturdivant. Sturdivant singled, an infield single his first time up. The stretch. And the offering. Fastball is outside. Count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Rosenbrock looks back. And the pitch. Down the middle for a strike at the knees. Count levels at 1-1. One with a heater that time. And the offering. And the curveball is inside. 2-1 to Sturdivant. Rush at double play depth, looking to end this inning pretty quickly. Rosenbrock fires. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Count levels at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The stretch, well, that's a big lead at first. Rosenbrock comes home in the dirt with a curveball. It's 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to Sturdivant. Rosenbrock with a long pause. And the pitch swung on and driven in the air to center field. Guzman comes in to his right, makes the catch. Back to first is Dietert, and there's 2 down. As Guzman puts it away in center. There's Jacob Bramos, popped out and hit into a fielder's choice. And he in the game is sitting at 0 for 2. The stretch by Rosenbrock. And the offering. And the breaking ball is right there for a strike down the middle. It's 0-1. Bee Diggers with a 5-0 lead over St. Mary's in the top of the 5th. The pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outer half. Count moves to 0-2. Rosenbrock looking to put away this hitter. The number 1 hitter in the lineup. Steps off. Rosenbrock has thrown 71 pitches in a game. No balls and 2 strikes. Stretch and pitch. And did he go? Yes, he did on the changeup in the dirt. And Rosenbrock records as a strikeout. And St. Mary's does not score in the inning. They strand a runner, 4.5 complete in this district title game for Brush. The Bee Diggers 5 and the Pirates of St. Mary's nothing on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM and KSIR.com. All right, let's check out the new pitcher here. Let's see who that is. I don't have that number on this roster. For St. Mary's.
On the mound for the Pirates, number 3, Jacob Brummel.
Nope, yeah, it's Jacob Brummel.
Leading off for the Bee Diggers.
All right, he's wearing a different uniform number than I had. So Brummel takes over for Paternos
Rosenbrock.
as Rosenbrock will step in. Paternos now in center field. University leads Ken Denver 3-0 in the 5th inning. Rosenbrock is homered and walked. Here's the wind and pitch in the dirt with a breaking ball. One ball and no strikes. Here's another right-hander, and Brummel, not as big as Paternos. The pitch and the changeup is down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. 5-0 Brush here in the bottom of the 5th inning in this Class 3A District 3 championship game in front of a packed house. I would call it an outdoor one. 2-0 pitch, and he swings and drives it deep into left field, way back towards the track, and it's home run number 2 for Kyle Rosenbrock in this game. And the Bee Diggers now lead 6-0 over St. Mary's. What a gorgeous shot by Kyle Rosenbrock. And here is Nico.
Now batting center fielder, number 13.
Rosenbrock didn't exactly kiss it by much, but he hit it long enough that it left the yard. Here's the wind and pitch, and the breaking ball bounces all the way towards the screen. Kyle is doing it all. Can't have a much better game than this. Throwing a shutout, and has hit 2 home runs, including a 2-run homer in the opening frame. 1-0 pitch. Ball nearly hit him. 2-0 to Nico. Brush is in complete control right now. And the offering swung on. That is lifted extremely high into left field. Should be a play over there by Dietrich. Now coming in, and he dives. And did he make the catch? No, the ball drops in. Well, that was the same situation the Bee Diggers had on that pop to center. The wind just brought it back in, and it drops in for a base hit. So Nico has 2 pop fly hits in the game.
Number 2, Zane Fowl.
Here is Zane Fowl. And all of a sudden, the Bee Diggers in this game have 8 hits. Fowl is 1 for 2. So with Guzman at first and nobody out, a 6-0 lead for the Bee Diggers. If they score 4 runs in this frame, they can end it. With Rosenbrock throwing not too many pitches. And the pitch. And the curveball is a strike. Down the middle, just above the knees, it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Home of the $8.95 dinner menu during the week and the best prime rib on Friday and Saturdays. Atwood Steakhouse. The offering. Curveball is a strike. Virtually in the same spot, it's 0-2. To Zane Fowl. With 1 in, 1 on. And nobody out of the bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch in the dirt. Skips away, but not far enough from English for Guzman to advance. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We got the Rockies and Angels coming up tonight. 8:05 on 93.1 FM. Again, our 1010 KSRR transmitter. The subject of a lot of water, and that's down and away. And that ball gets away, and Guzman to second. Long throw towards second. It's going to be late. It'll be a pass ball. And it's 2-2. So all of a sudden in scoring position is Guzman with foul up there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The stretch and the pitch in the dirt. I'd say these B-diggers have not been swinging at bad pitches. They can get over anxious at times, but not swinging at bad pitches. It is 3-2 to foul. Walters on deck. Well, they got Aaron Williams getting ready to hit. And the payoff pitch. And that is low. And foul walks on the changeup. And here comes Aaron Williams to hit here for Brandon Walter.
Now batting number 4, Aaron Williams.
Williams hitting in this spot for Walter. Williams has come through this year in a lot of these situations. Aaron Williams is hitting .278. He's driven in 6. Had that big game against Sterling in which he drove in 5. He had to start that game because Kyle Rosenbrock did not play. He was at State Science Fair, from what I understand. And he picked up the slack. Runners take their leads. Williams awaits the pitch, and here it is. And that ball nearly hit him, a fastball. Rode inside from the right-hander Jacob Brummel. Again, you score 4 runs in this frame, you can end it with a 10-0 score right now. 1 ball and no strikes. At second is Guzman, foul at first. Williams awaits the 1-0 pitch, and he takes a breaking ball in the dirt. 2-0. And it might sound like, yeah, okay, the game will be over with sooner, but that would save some pitches that Rosenbrock would have to throw in this game, so it's more critical than one would think. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. Fastball is up and in. Well, let's see if Coach Percy is going to make a pitching change if Williams reaches, because then the game-ending run would be at the plate. 3-0 to Williams. Brummel's thrown 15 pitches and only 4 for strikes. He will await the 3-0, and that nearly hit him on a fastball, and it's a 4-pitch walk. And one of those strikes was a home run hit by Rosenbrock. Gutierrez is grounded out and singled. Will have a visit to the mound. This is huge now for Brush. Again, only because you can set up your pitching a little bit better. And Coach Fergus might do it anyway. If they've got an 8 or 9 run lead going into the 6th inning, Rosenbrock might be done with on the mound, as you figure you can hold that lead and save Rosenbrock's arm. 6-0 might still be a little bit close, and here we go. So Brummel, Jacob Brummel, will work to Mikey G, who's 1 for 2. At third is Guzman, foul at second, Williams at first. With nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning, the B-Diggers already have a home run here in this inning from Rosenbrock, his 2nd round tripper of the game. The stretch. And the pitch. The changeup is low. Well, what a struggle. What a struggle here for the young right-hander. 13 balls and 4 strikes, the stretch. And the 1-0. Swung on and popped up. That ball was well inside. That would have been Hayden Smith trying to make the play, and he does. The ball drifted back into play in foul territory, and there's 1 down. Yeah, Mikey swung at a pitch that would have been definitely ball 2. Way too inside. That's why he got jammed. But he thought he had one that he could hit. Here's Grayson Simmons. Reached to an air and a sack bunt. He's 0 for 1. Again, get a couple of runs in, then you can remove Rosenbrock from the mound with a 8-0 lead if you get that far. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Yeah, 6-0. I think you got to send it back out there. I think it's too close. I know that sounds a little bit odd with the way things are going, but 8-0 would sound a lot more appetizing to take out your pitcher. 0-1 pitch to the G-Man in the dirt. But, of course, even more ideal is if Brush could just plate the 4 runs and get out of here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 in, and 3 on. The B-Diggers scored 4 in the first, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. It's 6-0. B-Diggers starting pitchers have combined for 9 innings and 17 strikeouts today. Guzman and Rosenbrock, 1-1. Swing and a miss. That breaking ball was in the dirt. And Grayson did not read it well. 1-2. Brummel might actually get out of this jam if he can get Simmons, but he's got Hirschfeld to deal with. 1-2 pitch, and that is a ball. Boy, that was close, but just a little bit low on the breaking ball. It's 2-2. St. Mary's got this far, beating the Academy 8-2. Out of the stretch, Guzman at third, Fouls at second, Williams at first. And a step off by the right-hander Jacob Brummel. Yeah, the higher seed has won in this game, as St. Mary's did last year and Brush did in 2012 on their home field, a 7-3 decision. The stretch. And the 2-2. Outside with a fastball. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the G-Man. If he can coax a walk, that would make it a 7-0 game. Got to be very careful not to swing at a ball outside of the zone. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that was a strike that he swung at. But it was the breaking ball away. And there's 2 down. V.J. Hirschfeld had a base hit in his last at bat, and it scored a run. Walk at a fielder's choice as well. And now he calls time. B.J. has a home run this year. If he can hit another, the game would be over. The stretch by Brummel. And the pitch. And that's in the dirt with a changeup. The bases were loaded with nobody out. And now they're there with 2 outs. 1 ball and no strikes. And the offering in the dirt. Nearly skipped away. Now if you're BJ, what do you do here? 2 balls and no strikes. You don't want a pitch that you think is right over the plate that turns out to be a changeup and you take a huge swing and you pop it up. You got to make sure if you're going to swing, it's going to be right down the middle and you can read the speed of the ball. 2-0. The pitch. Fastball is a strike on the outer half belt high. It's 2-1. At the top of the hour, this is 1010 KSIR Brush Fort Morgan and KSIR.com, also 93.1 FM. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. And the pitch. Curveball is lined for a base hit into center field. Guzman will score. Foul is around third, headed towards the plate. The throw is going to be cut off. It's a 2-run single for B.J. Hirschfeld. And the B-Diggers now lead 8-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning with 3 across in the frame. Man, was that big. This could give head coach Kevin Fergus the flexibility of not having Rosenbrock pitch here in the 6th inning if the B-Diggers have to go that far, simply just to save his arm. And it looks like we'll have a pitching change. Let's take a 1-minute break at the bottom of the 5th inning. It is Brush 8, St. Mary's nothing on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM, and KSIR.com. Daniel Torchinsky is the new pitcher. Pitcher number 3 here for St. Mary's. 10-10 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan. The left-hander will face Baby Matos Garcia. Bay Diggers have 3 across in the bottom of the 5th inning and lead 8-0. B.J. Hirschfeld just delivered a 2-run single. Kyle Rosenbrock began the inning with a home run, his second of the game. Williams at second, Hirschfeld at first. And Matos Garcia 1 for 2, a double, a walk, and a fielder's choice. If Hirschfeld scores from first, this game is over. The left-hander against the right-handed hitter, Matos Garcia. The stretch by Torchinsky. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is a strike on the inner half, just above belt level. It's 0-1. The Bee Diggers look like they're headed for a Friday matchup against Pizza Peak in the opening round of the Class 3A 8-team double elimination state tournament. The offering, fastball is up and away. And the count levels at 1-1 The second of 3. Matos Garcia boys. There's Arturo as the pitching coach. Swing and a foul. Then there's Alejandro, the youngest one, who goes by Hondo. He'll be wearing a Bee Digger uniform in a few years. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on and 3 in. Torchinsky with the runners taking their leads. Looks back. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup, and Baby strikes out. And the Bee Diggers are done here in the bottom of the 5th inning. However, Brush puts together 3 runs. They get a solo homer from Kyle Rosenbrock. And they also get a 2-run single from B.J. Hirschfeld. The Bee Diggers in that frame pick up 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 men left. Let's head to the 6th inning. Let's see who takes the mound for the 6th. Rosenbrock has thrown 72 pitches. It looks like he will not be on the hill. The Bee Diggers 8, St. Mary's nothing on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM, and KSIR.com. It's Brush 8, St. Mary's nothing as we head to the 6th inning. B.J. Hirschfeld is the new pitcher. Kyle Rosenbrock goes to short. Baby Matos Garcia moves to second. Aaron Williams now the first baseman. Now BJ really struggled in his last outing against Faith Christian. But that was in a much closer game. And he was the starting pitcher in that particular game. Now he's in relief. Although he was very good against Resurrection Christian earlier this year. So we've seen the good and the not so good Hirschfeld. So we begin the 6th. And TJ English has struck out twice. And he will now hit. Wine and pitch. Swung on and popped up into foul territory down the right side. Long run for Williams. He gets over. Did he make the catch? Williams did as he slides to his feet. Excellent play by Aaron Williams. That's an all-star play by the junior. There's one down. Man, that saves your pitcher, too. Instills a ton of confidence. One down for Ben Paternos. Bee Diggers are 5 outs away, and the breaking ball hit him in the back. Well, that's why that out was big. You get Williams to make that catch. That allows some wiggle room as Paternos is hit by a pitch. Here's Hayden Smith. He's walked and singled. This is the big hitter here for St. Mary's. This has been their productive hitter. The bullpen allowed 4 runs in the victory over Denver Signs and Tech Stapleton to stretch. BJ comes home. Fastball is a strike on the outer half just above the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Well, nice to see a double play here and end the inning very quickly. And the 0-1 in the dirt. Looked like might have thrown him a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. 8 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Brush. No runs on 3 hits, 2 errors for St. Mary's. The Bee Diggers have stranded 6 on the base paths and 4 for the Pirates. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a ball tailing down in the zone. 1-2. Man, he took something off of that. BJ pulled the string nicely. Too bad that wasn't with 2 strikes. Let's see if he can do it again against Hayden Smith, who was the cleanup hitter in this lineup. And time is called with Ben Paternos at first and 1 down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hirschfeld delivers. Swung on that is popped up into shallow right center field. Matos Garcia goes out, backs up, and makes the catch. Yep, Zane did not call him off, so Baby took control. And there's 2 down. Yeah, the Bee Diggers at times this year have had issues with pitching. But if they pitch like they have today, especially from their starters, they're going to be tough in this state tournament. Brummel struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. He is 0 for 2. Now he calls time before stepping in. Look to the team at Aspen Rehabilitation inside Valley View Villa for your sports rehab, short-term or long-term care needs at 815 Fremont. Breaking ball is high, 867-8261, Valley View Villa. 1 ball and no strikes to Ben Brummel. Stretched by Hirschfeld. And the offering. Swung on and fisted slowly on the left side. Going to be a base hit. Gutierrez picks it up as it spun sideways. Now the runner to third. Williams throws. And late in the ball gets away down the left field side. And on the throwing error, Paternos will score. That was a mess for the Bee Diggers. It'll be a base hit and an error on Williams on the throw. And it's now 8-1 in favor of the Bee Diggers, and the shutout is gone. I mean, that thing was fisted about 15 feet in the air to the left side, and it took a side spin on Gutierrez. Nothing he could do there. Very odd play. There's Jacob Bucher. Struck out and popped out. Stretch and pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, he pulled the string on that one. No balls and 1 strike. Step off there by Hirschfeld. 0-1 here to Bucher. With a man at second, 1 across, and 2 down in the 6th inning. The offering. That's right there with a breaking ball. It's strike 2. Hirschfeld looking for his first strikeout. And just preventing another run from scoring. The stretch. And the pitch. Swing! And a miss. Pulled the string again. Hirschfeld strikes out Bucher. And that does it for St. Mary's in the 6th inning. 1 run, 1 hit, a Bee Digger error, and a man left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. It is Brush 8, St. Mary's 1. You are listening to the Class 3A District 3 title game on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM, and KSIR.com. The Brush Bee Diggers lead the St. Mary's Pirates 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning in this Class 3A District 3 championship game, after both teams won their semifinals. Brush defeated Denver Science and Tech Stapleton 14-4 in a game that started well over 7 hours ago. And then St. Mary's defeated the Academy, ending their season by an 8-2 count. Here's Petey against the left-hander Torchinsky. Petey's popped out 3 times in the infield, and he takes a breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Guzman was limited to 55 pitches over 4. Rosenbrock 72 over 5. That's not bad at all. The offering. Changeup is away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 to Petey. And the pitch fouled straight back again with the off speed. It's 2-1 to Alec Peterson. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car truck of your choice, serving all of Northeast Colorado. Ehrlich Toyota East. Swung on in line into the left center field gap for a base hit, cut off by Paternos. Now he drops the ball, picks it up, and Petey's held to a single. And he loves that because he really struggled in his first 3 at-bats. Now Petey at 1 for 4. Here is Rosenbrock, who's had a monster game with a 2-run homer, a walk, and a solo shot in the 5th inning. Throw back to first, a lob back to first, boy, that nearly got over the head of Brummel. Jacob Brummel now at first. The stretch. And the offering. Change up high. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, let's say we end this game right now. In this inning. Now with this batter, that's impossible. 1-0 to Kyle. The pitch. Oh, he took that one for a strike. That was sitting out there beautifully for Rosenbrock, but he took it. And the count is leveled at 1-1. The Bay Diggers scored 4 runs in the first, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth. Throw back to first, and Peterson is safe, but man, he was leaning. He was definitely leaning. Got to watch out. Now he's got to get a little bit closer to the bag. 1 ball and 1 strike. Torchinsky comes home. Swung on and grounded to left field for a base hit. They got some courtesy golf claps after Kyle hit those 2 home runs. And here is Nico Guzman. He can end the game with a home run. He has singled twice and popped out. He's got 4 hits on the day, and he was leading this team in hitting going in to the semifinals. And all he's done is improve upon that. The stretch. Torchinsky, the lefty, delivers. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Rockies and Angels tonight. First pitch at 8:05. The Rockies have lost 9 in a row. They go with Kyle Kendrick, who's been a disaster this season. 1-4 with an 8.73 ERA. C.J. Wilson for the Angels. 1-2, 2.7 ERA. Swing and a miss. I don't know what Nico was swinging at. That pitch was down and in. The ball landed just shy of the dirt in the bottom of the catcher's glove. 1-1. He wanted to golf it out of here. Off of second is Petey. Rosenbrock at first. He can get that same pitch, but a little bit out over the middle. The offering. And that tails away on the changeup. 2-1. Guzman can open up so beautifully. And when he gets that pitch on the inner half, he can destroy it. Very similar to a Rosenbrock. Throw back to second, and the ball's going to skip off the bag, and Peterson can't find it. Now he does, but Paternos backed it up as the crowd was yelling for Peterson to advance. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryan Kauk wanted to play it close to the best. He didn't say anything. He figured, hey, we don't want an out at third if he can't spot the ball. Yeah, Ryan's been coaching for years along with me, just watching the game. The stretch. And big lead for Peterson. Stepping off is Torchinsky. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Pirates scored their lone run earlier in this inning. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 8-1. Brush. Guzman awaits. And the offering. Foul on the changeup, diving down in the zone. And the count is at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Nico Guzman. The stretch. And the pitch. Up and in. It's a full count to Nico. Waiting on his pitch here. If he gets it, he will smack it. Looking for his 5th hit of the day. 3-2 with 2 on. And the offering outside with the changeup, and the bases are loaded for Zane Fowl. Fowl in the game has singled, popped out, and walked. He's 1 for 2. And again, it looks like Brush is going to take care of things here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The pitch swung on and grounded up the middle towards the second baseman, and stepping on the bag just in time was the shortstop Brummel, as Sturtevant couldn't field it cleanly. It's a fielder's choice. The run scores as Peterson crosses home plate. Give Fowl the RBI. And the B-Diggers now lead by a score of 9-1. As he stepped on the bag for the force. Here's Aaron Williams. Williams walked in his lone plate appearance. The stretch by Torchinsky, the pitch, and he takes it down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Williams awaits, and here it is. Boy, that's up and away, not even close. 2-0, the game-ending run is at first base, and Zane Fowl, with the B-Diggers holding a 9-1 lead. And Aaron Williams, as the wind kicks up. The pitch in the dirt, skips away. However, Rosenbrock could not find it at third. However, advancing to second was Fowl. So it's 3-0 to Williams. And Mikey Gutierrez waits to hit next. Let's see if Aaron's taken all the way. Williams has seen 7 pitches, and they've all been balls. The pitch swung on. That ball is lined into left field for a base hit on the 3-0, and the ball skips away. Rosenbrock scores. Here is Fowl. Aaron Williams with a 2-run single ends it. And the Brush B-Diggers are the Class 3A District 3 champions, defeating St. Mary's in 6 innings, 11-1. Let's take a 3-minute break. We will wrap it up after this on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM, and KSIR.com. The B-Digger postgame show is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center in Sterling Brush and Fort Morgan, your farm and ranch headquarters for all your farm and ranch supplies. They carry feed for all your animals and pets. Mr. D's Ace Home Center in Sterling Brush and Fort Morgan. The Brush B-Diggers get the job done today. They defeat Denver Science and Tech Stapleton 14-4 in 6 innings. And in the district title game, they beat St. Mary's 11-1. 11 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, 7 left on base, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on base for St. Mary's. The winning pitcher going 5 innings, striking out 8 was Kyle Rosenbrock. The loss went to Ben Paternos. Time of the game, 1 hour and 47 minutes. And the B-Diggers wasted no time in this game. As in the bottom of the first inning, Baby Matos Garcia double with Hirschfeld at first, who scored on a miscue by the center fielder Jacob Brummel. Then Kyle Rosenbrock delivered a 2-run homer, making it 3-0. And then Zane Fowl with a run-scoring single made it 4-0. The B-Diggers were held hitless for the next 2 innings, but then in the bottom of the fourth, B.J. Hirschfeld's run-scoring single made it 5-0. Rosenbrock hit his second home run of the game, making it 6-0. That came in the 5th inning. Then Hirschfeld with a 2-run single as B.J. would drive in 3 runs in the game, and it was 8-0. The Pirates did tally a run in the top of the 6th inning, making it 8-1. But then Zane Fowl with a fielder's choice scoring a run. Aaron Williams ended it with a 2-run single. And the B-Diggers improved to 15-6. St. Mary's season is over as they were trying to get to the state tournament. But they lose. 13-8 is their final record. 11-1. We're going to see if, before we go off the air, we can get a final on the University Kent Denver game, because the state tournament beginning on along with Gunnison and Bayfield, and we lost you there for a second, but we're back with you. We lost you there for a second. And hopefully we won't have any more interruptions at the end of this broadcast. But as I was saying before we went off the air for about 20 seconds, that Eaton, Valley, Brush, and Sterling are the 4 teams out of the Patriot League in the state tournament, along with Gunnison, Peak. See, we're having an issue here. Let's take a break. We're going to take a break here, and we'll come back in 2 minutes. We'll see if we can clean up this technical issue as we try to get through the postgame here. Brush beats St. Mary's 11-1. We're back in a couple of minutes here on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM, and KSIR.com. Welcome back to the Beat Digger postgame show, brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center in Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan. Beat Diggers defeat St. Mary's 11-1 as Kyle Rosenbrock went the 5 innings, throwing 72 pitches, striking out 8. And the Beat Diggers will take on Peak to Peak. Now, keep in mind that game on Friday will be either at 10 a.m. or 12:30 on 1010, as well as KSIR.com. And Peak to Peak, of course, won their region as they defeated Basalt in that district championship game 10-2 after Basalt upset the 5th seed Manitou Springs 2-1. University is in the lead against Ken Denver in the 7th inning, 4-2 in Denver. So if University hangs on, they would be the 5th team out of the Patriot League to qualify for the state tournament. So keep in mind that the state tournament begins on Friday, and the 7 teams so far are Eaton, Brush, Valley, and Sterling, all out of the Patriot League, along with Gunnison, Bayfield, and Peak to Peak, which will be Brush's opponent coming up on Friday. Now, in order to get to the second weekend of the double elimination state tournament, the Beat Diggers would have to win either a game on Friday and a game on Saturday, or 2 games on Friday. Now, if they win 2 games on Friday and a game on Saturday, as they did in 2012, they would be the lone team remaining in the winner's bracket and would automatically qualify for the state championship game. That's the beauty of going 3-0 next weekend. Follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports or at 1010 KSIR Sports Facebook page, and we will update you on what the Beat Diggers, where the Beat Diggers will be playing, what time I should say, because they will play at Butch Butler Field coming up in Greeley on Friday. Sound engineer and producer, Brush Beat Digger Baseball, has been Rose Condas. I'm John Beltran with the final scores. Once again, the Beat Diggers defeat Denver Science and Tech Stapleton in the district semifinals. I'm going to get through this eventually. 14-4, and then when the district. All right, I'll finish it up right here. We'll finish it up here with our broadcast. The Beat Diggers defeat St. Mary's in the district title game, 11-1 in 6 innings. You've been listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR, 93.1 FM, and KSIR.com.